Hello! So as you can see, I have developed a mop. And quite recently, a lot of you have been asking how I do my hair. Now, as my hair has gotten longer, I have switched a few times how I do it. First of all, it was foam rollers, which you may have seen on my channel from years and years ago. That was my main way to do it. And then I switched to pillow rollers for a short period of time, and I will talk about the differences and kind of the pros and cons of that. But long story short, I switched back to foam rollers, and that is what I use now. Now, the main difference between pillow rollers, or as I like to call them, hair raviolis, and foam rollers. Pillow rollers do give a softer, less structured of a curl than foam rollers do. Foam rollers definitely give a tighter curl. Now, the problem I was finding with pillow rollers was that as my hair was getting longer and it was getting thicker and heavier, pillow rollers were having a really hard time actually holding in my hair. It wasn't doing a great job, so I was worried every time I went to sleep that they would come unrolled, and they did. So I switched back to foam rollers because the foam rollers have that plastic barrier that goes over the hair and it snaps in place, so it's a little bit more protective of that happening. So yeah, that was a lot of talk. So I thought the plan would be to show you how I do my set, sleep on it, and then tomorrow I will show you the brush out. So first things first, what I use for this process, my hairbrush, which I have just recently started using this. It's called a wet brush. It is amazing, and you will see that when I brush out the curls tomorrow. Setting lotion. This is Motion's Foaming Wrap Styling Lotion. It is a little hard to find. Sometimes I can find it at local stores like Walmart or Target sometimes, but other times I have to get it online. But I do swear by using this. As you can see, I have my little basket o' rollers here. Grandma Rachel's basket o' rollers. Chances are when you get a pack of foam rollers, you will have different sizes. So there's this bigger size, medium size, and then a smaller size. These all have hair on them. They are disgusting. Don't at me. I mainly stick to bigger sizes just because I do like those kind of Rita Hayworth curls where they're a little bit bigger and fuller. Some of them are smaller than the other ones. I probably should have got a new pack for this, but I did not. So we're just okay. So I do have bangs right now. I have my, Inigo Montoya bangs. They're a little bit too long now, so I am just going to part over to the side a little. Now that we are channeling 8th to 9th grade Rachel. And I'll start with my bangs. Now, I usually section my bangs into 2 different parts. So we're gonna kind of take this very top section. Enough setting lotion to coat it, but not going too overboard with that setting lotion, otherwise it won't dry. And that's another thing to talk about is I personally like to do my sets on completely dry hair. You can do a wet set if you want, so basically on damp or wet hair, but my hair is so thick that it would take about 327 years to dry that way. A roller. Roll up the bottom of the hair, which is kind of tricky because it's so short. And then roll downwards toward the scalp. Once you get to the scalp, you're going to take this fun little thing, snap it into place. Then I'm going to take a second section below that. It has some bangs in it, and it's also just normal length hair. That's okay. And do the same thing. What I'm going to do is 3 different rows. I am not super strict on my setting pattern, and I wouldn't say that I have one setting pattern that I follow all the time, but I do have a general setting pattern that I use. I'm gonna do 1 row up top, this kind of section of hair, and then I'm going to do another one below that, and then finally 1 on the bottom. We're gonna switch into time-lapse mode. as you can see, we have the bang section, and then top row, second row, last row. Again, I am not too strict with this, so as you can see, some of them are facing a weird direction. The rows are not super straight lines. If you want to be more strict with this, go ahead. I will generally sleep just like this. No, they are not the most comfortable things to sleep in, but you definitely get used to them. If you wanted, if that does not sound fun to you, you could also take a hair scarf. It's generally just a big square like this. Fold it so that it is a triangle, kind of like a bandana. Put it over your head this way, making sure this part sticks out a little, and then bring the two ends up, tie, and then kind of just stick these ends in. This is generally what I'll do if I have to go run errands while my hair is in curlers. It's a little bit less conspicuous, and then I just sleep on it. So it's not too bad of a routine. And then the brush out itself is pretty dang easy. So yes, I will see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Hello. All right, so it is now the next morning, and now we're gonna take these bad boys out. Always gotta do the pat down, because when in doubt, there's always one, like a fugitive hiding from the law. I'm just going to run my hands through my hair and kind of break up that crunchiness of the product next. Quite simply, I am just going to brush through the curls. So yeah, after the initial brush out, you can see just how easy that was, especially with this brush. Again, I definitely recommend it. I could just stop here if I wanted to, if I want kind of those very unstructured curls. The good thing with a setting pattern is that it kind of does a lot of the work for you. I know that the brush out is also very, very important, but basically it's gonna look nice no matter how much brushing you do. But I'm going to try to make them a little bit more sculpted. Generally that comes with just keep brushing. Try to form some of the curls with your thumbs and your fingers. And now I look like Lady from Lady and the Tramp.
It's a beautiful night. What is that?
From here you could hairspray this. You could use some pomade to actually smooth out some of the curls and the frizz, but personally I like the frizz. I kind of like the, you know, the feeling of if I shake my head, I'm not gonna ruin anything. I do always carry a brush with me just in case I need a mid-conversation floof. What's that? What kind of coffee would I like? That's how I've been doing my hair. I hope this was helpful for all of you that had questions on how I do it, or if it's still the same as I used to. So the answer is yes, it is pretty much the same routine as I did in my very old foam rollers, but my hair is a lot longer, so honestly every set is different, and I don't think I've ever done my hair the same set every time, and it always comes out different just depending on the day, its mood. It's also important to keep in mind we all have different hair types. What works for me might not work for you. I hope it does, because it's a pretty quick way to have vintage hair. It takes about 10 minutes at night and 10 minutes in the morning to brush it out. It's all about kind of learning about how your hair reacts to things and learning to, you know, listen to its needs. What's that, baby? Okay. Anyways, I love you guys whether you're new or old to this channel. If you're new here and you feel like sticking around, feel free to subscribe. I upload every week, sometimes once, sometimes twice. and we have fun here. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Welcome. I need some ferns in the background. I want to be a plant lady. How's that? Oh yes, that's quite nice.
So, yeah. It's dark, huh? That's fine. Oh, child, it's warm in here. Things are about to get real attractive.
Grandma Rachel. Grandma Rachel likes her plants.
If you're new here and you feel like sticking